Welcome to the Daily Vibecasting.
Today's feed is it's buzzing. It's a real cocktail of high-speed AI breakthroughs, some serious geopolitical shakeups, and, the usual drama of the viral hustle.
A snapshot of a world moving at warp speed for sure. Our mission today is to roll through 15 of the most significant posts from the last 24 hours. We're going to give you the context, the implications.
To keep it sharp.
Exactly, sharp and focused. And we're jumping right in with Google's latest image model, the machine learning madness.
We're starting with Nano Banana AI, which is Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash image generator, and it's proving to be just an incredibly powerful tool for personalized learning.
Okay, let's get into it. First post is from @CrystalSup. It says, another super impressive use case. Nano Banana is killing the game, so it's so luck to be a language learner in this era.
Right, and what this user is showing is AI's ability to create these custom, print-ready visual learning aids almost instantly.
So they prompted it to draw a scene, a pet shop, I think.
Yeah, a pet shop, yeah. And it labels every single object, not just with the English word and a Chinese translation, but also with the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet.
So it's not just a translator, it's a full-on phonetic tutor inside a custom drawing.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it leverages that whole memory palace idea. You're learning leash or hamster cage as part of a visual scene, not just floating words. The accessibility of this is, it's a huge leap for language learners.
Right, turning hours of work into seconds. But speaking of Nano Banana, it looks like the same model is also revealing some interesting biases.
Oh, yeah.
It's post 5 from @MKBHD, Mark Brownlee himself. He writes, I've tried this prompt in Google's Nano Banana AI image creator a few times, and it seems to make this guy every single time. So, try it yourself.
And the prompt he used was intentionally generic, just still frame from a tech reviewer on YouTube reviewing the iPhone.
And the result, every time, is a perfect image of Marcius Brownlee in his studio reviewing an iPhone. You can't escape him.
It's such a perfect window into AI training bias. You train a model on the entire internet. MKBHD, with his 19 million subscribers, he is the statistical archetype for tech reviewer.
So if you ask it to generalize, it just defaults to the most famous specific example. Does that mean smaller creators are just going to get ridden out of the visual future?
It definitely raises that question. The model is so good at pattern matching that true generalization is a struggle. It really highlights the need for more, intentionally balanced data sets.
Utility meets celebrity bias. That feels like a good transition into the AI encyclopedia wars.
A perfect one. The battle for foundational knowledge is really heating up. So post 7, this is from @Elon Musk, and he says, try https://t.cut5s4zi. Suggested edits are welcome.
It's pushing Grokipedia. This is the XAI encyclopedia that launched in October.
Yeah.
It's being positioned as this open source, unbiased intelligence alternative.
Right, but the mechanism is the fascinating part. Unlike Wikipedia, which is all crowdsourced, Grokipedia uses the Grok AI to generate the first draft of an entry.
And then they invite users to edit it.
Yeah.
But if the AI is the first author, how can you claim it's unbiased? We know AI is trained on biased human data. Isn't this just crowdsourcing the job of fixing the AI's mistakes?
It's a very calculated risk. The claim of neutrality, it sort of hinges on the hope that Grok can process facts more cleanly than human bias. But you're right, the second you invite community edits, you're reintroducing all that subjectivity.
But how is Grok actually doing? In terms of performance. Post 8 gives us a hint, even if it's a meme.
It's from @TeslaOwnersSV, and it's this fantasy image of Grok as a king, towering over ChatGPT and Gemini. This came out right after the new Grok 4.1 thinking model hit number 2 on the El Arena Text Arena leaderboard.
And El Arena is?
Yeah.
It's a blind test, right? Users compare models without knowing which is which.
Exactly. And Grok got an ELO score of 1,462. In simple terms, that means its reasoning is seriously impressive. It's a real challenger to OpenAI.
Okay, so performance is there. But that doesn't always equal user adoption. And that brings us to post 10 from @WangJane, who says, this disparity is insane.
She's drawing this brilliant analogy. She compares the high-end Claude AI model to the super accessible Perplexity search tool.
And then she parallels that with website traffic. The luxury brand Hermes gets 26 million visits, while the mass retailer Gap gets 206 million.
It perfectly illustrates the issue with the LLM business model. You have these premium, expensive models like Claude that are maybe higher quality, but that exclusivity just kills their reach.
While Perplexity is taking the Gap approach. It's free, it's easy, it's accessible, and it's getting 8 times the engagement.
It is. It shows that for now, consumers just want practical tools for everyday problems. Accessibility is winning the consumer war, not the highest ELO score.
And speaking of usability winning, let's look at a huge overhaul happening in, of all places, government websites.
Right. Post 9 is from @Ruver, and he just asks, this is a .gov website.
He links to genesis.energy.gov. And I gotta say, it looks like a tech startup's landing page. It's sleek.
And that is not an accident. This is all from an August 2025 executive order that mandated a total overhaul of .gov websites. They have until July 2026 to improve usability and aesthetics.
Inspired by people like the Airbnb co-founder Joe Gebbia, who basically argued government sites should be as good as the best private sector ones.
It's design thinking finally breaking into federal bureaucracy.
Okay, let's shift gears hard now, from digital design to global affairs and political scorecards. This next post, it carries a lot of weight.
It does. It's post 2 from @Kobisa. Breaking! Ukraine has agreed to the full terms of President Trump's peace plan to end the war with Russia, per ABC News.
This is citing a U.S. official. And the context here? Well, the context is everything, because the terms of this plan are hugely controversial.
Absolutely. The plan requires some really painful concessions from Ukraine. The big one is Kyiv ceding control over eastern regions like Donbass to Russia.
And beyond just territory, it also includes military limits and a ban on Ukraine joining NATO.
Right. So the fact that Ukraine has reportedly accepted these terms, it signals a massive, painful turning point in European security. A really stark reminder that ending these kinds of conflicts often requires compromises that are, well, they're deeply unpopular.
And then, sticking with politics but turning domestic, we have post 3.
From @Leading Report, it claims, breaking. J.D. Vance has the highest net favorable rating among Americans out of all political leaders, with Chuck Schumer being the least popular per RCP.
That sounds like a huge win, but you have to dig into the data. What is RCP, and what do the scores actually say?
So RCP is Real Clear Politics, an aggregator. And the claim is, well, it's technically true, but only relatively speaking. It's more of a race to the bottom. According to their data, J.D. Vance's net favorability is still negative. It's at -5.8%.
So more people view him unfavorably than favorably.
Exactly. And Chuck Schumer, the least popular, is at -7.1% net. Even a separate Pew survey had Vance at -11%, but he was still doing better than Trump at -10.4% RCP.
So the post is accurate in that he's doing better than the others listed.
It is, but it just highlights this widespread negativity toward major political figures in the U.S. It's all context.
Right. Being the most popular politician right now, it just means you're slightly less unpopular than everybody else.
A perfect summary.
Okay, let's pivot again, back to consumer tech. What people are buying and how they're maintaining their digital lives.
A very welcome pivot. Post 11 is pure Black Friday bait from @the Apple Hub. AirPods 4 are now $69 on Amazon. Oh.
Wait, $69? Weren't they just released in September 2024 for what, $130?
$129, yeah. This is a nearly 50% cut. It's an all-time low. Apple is clearly going after the first-time earbud buyer and trying to crush the lower-cost competition.
For $69, you get the H2 chip, spatial audio, USB-C. That's a very low barrier to entry.
It's all about market share, not premium pricing on this one.
Okay, so from spending money to cleaning up your digital clutter. Post 14 from @GitHub Projects.
This one is for the power users. It says, a simple, lightweight PowerShell script to remove pre-installed apps, disable telemetry.
This is highlighting the Win11 repository on GitHub. It's an open source script to get rid of all that Windows 11 bloatware, the stuff nobody wants.
Like Candy Crush, yeah. And just as important, it disables telemetry, which is the data collection Microsoft uses to monitor everything you do.
Something a lot of users see as surveillance.
Exactly. And this whole trend started back with Windows 10. People just want cleaner, more private operating systems. It's the open source community fixing what they see as the manufacturer's problems.
All right, we're closing out with a really diverse set of 4 posts. Viral hustle, faith, and some very flawed physics.
Let's start with money and meaning. Post 4 is from @MrBankstips. Get well soon, iJohn, and there's a video link.
And this video shows Mr. Banks, who's a Nigerian crypto coach, donating $500,000 due to a market vendor who was appealing for medical help online.
It's a huge example of how these viral appeals fill critical healthcare gaps in Nigeria, where something like 70% of health spending is out of pocket. Social media becomes the safety net.
Then we have the other side of the hustle coin. Post 13 is from @John3222226, who goes by Lobostars.
And he says, Thank you, Elon Musk, for the credit alert from tweeting, and thanks to the people that pushed agenda against me, I got myself a new suit from the money I made.
He's celebrating earning over 2 million naira from X's ad revenue sharing, but he says the money came from the agenda against him. What's that about?
He had criticized other influencers for promoting unethical deals like gambling ads, and the backlash he got generated massive engagement. And under the X ad model, engagement equals cash.
So he basically turned a controversy into a payday.
A remarkable story of profiting from an internet firestorm while sticking to his guns.
Okay, from online drama to a pillar of faith.
Yeah.
Post 12 is from Indian Prime Minister at Narendra Modi.
This details his visit to the Ram Janmabhoomi temple complex in Ayodhya. He highlights the Zapt Mandir, the 7 shrines, which are dedicated to key figures from the Ramayana epic.
The Maharishis, Devi Ahalya. These are symbolic guides for embodying dharma or duty and bhakti, devotion.
It's a powerful message. It connects political leadership directly with these deep cultural and religious narratives.
And finally, let's end on a much sharper note. A bit of sarcasm about innovation in physics. Post 15 is from @PeterEgg.
It just says, startup idea, offer thermodynamics lessons to design students.
And this is a jab at a viral image of a faucet turbine. It's this gadget that claims to be a revolutionary power source.
But the math is the joke. It generates a pathetic 5.2 watts by using municipal water pressure. I mean, you might be able to power a single LED nightlight.
And in the process, the energy it takes to pump that water to your house is way, way more than what you're generating. It's
perpetual motion nonsense wrapped in a sleek design. It perfectly skewers that startup mindset where the idea of sustainability is more important than the actual laws of physics.
What a spread. We went from AI personalizing study guides to peace plans, ceding territory, to the profitable power of internet drama.
The rapid evolution of Grok and Nano Banana is definitely going to drive the tech conversation this week. But for you, the listener, here's the question to think about. Which trend is actually more powerful in the long run?
Is it the centralization of knowledge by these huge AI models? Or is it the decentralized, community-driven power of a viral charity appeal that fills a real social need?
Where that attention goes. That's where the money and the influence will flow next.
That's all the vibe we have time for today.
Catch us next time for another deep dive into the discourse.